place for nostalgic millennials to feel old.
You know, everything I've ever loved growing up. Oh, I sent you. I just sent you. I just sent you two videos that I wanted you to play.
Oh, okay. You know, you can pull it up on your end. You just have to hit the share screen thing.
Oh, let me see.
Guys,
Host
it's
disabled. It says host disabled, participant screen sharing.
Walked directly into my trap. No, I didn't know I could do that. Guys, it's KYG Y2K podcast, the millennial nostalgia podcast where you tune in to feel old because you are old. I am Jesse Dram. I'm a comedian. I like stuff. With me, as always, is my co-host, Joey Garifo. Joseph, how are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Labor Day.
It is Labor Day. We're recording this on Labor Day. It's also happy Clerks 3 premiere day after Clerks 3 premiere day.
Oh.
Which I guess I could legally finally talk about this movie. I loved it, everybody, like legitimately, and I wanted to say that since December, but the movie is fucking great. Go see it, like legitimately. I like, and this is coming from someone that, you know, loves his movies, but it was genuinely surprising how much I love this one. So like I expected that I would like it, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. You know what I mean? Like I was like, wow, this is fucking great. Anyway, that's all I'll say about it.
I mean, I was also gonna say happy 93rd birthday in heaven, Grandma Dram, but I guess Clerks is good too.
I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah. Anything cool happen nostalgia-wise for you over the
nostalgia of the week? You know what? I think I got a Jesse hot take here. I got a Jesse hot take.
Oh no.
Hot take incoming. Prepared to rescind any invitations to smoke weed with famous wrestlers. So something that to me this is nostalgic. I don't think other people realize it's nostalgic. Have you noticed the meme this week that everybody's up in arms, like wavy inflatable men up in arms, that Leonardo DiCaprio broke up with his 25-year-old girlfriend because she's too old? Supposedly, they think they know.
What's your hot take?
My hot take is it's fucking lame to have an opinion on who Leonardo DiCaprio is dating. Some of you have fucking mortgages and children. It is so blatant to me that, like, listen, if you're Joey, you are my age. 25 wouldn't be that big a leap. But if you were dating a 21-year-old right now, yeah, I think that's a little funky. But ultimately, who cares? People can do what they want.
I think it says something about the person who continuously dates people that are the same age as they continue to get older. It says a lot about that person.
All right. They stay the same age.
Exactly.
I keep getting older.
And I've known a few people like that in my time, and can't say I like them as people. So
that's fine. Don't like them as people. The problem is so many of these people are complaining about Leonardo DiCaprio, and what they're really complaining about is I feel fucking old. Right. My life, death is getting.
Imagine how old Leo feels, though. I know he's dating 25-year-olds, but I eventually he can't keep up with them. You know what I mean?
Death is getting closer as Leonardo DiCaprio gets further away. And all these people are reacting as if only he dated older women, I'd still have a shot. My basketball diaries would still say Jenny Hart's Leo. It's just so fucking lame. And I get there's fun memes to be made, but it's fucking dumb. And really where this comes from, Joe, is look, we've talked before how I have been a bit of abrasive, bit of a chauvinist dickhead in the past. And the truth is, I am, you know, I married a feminist. I have a daughter. The proper and equal treatment of women is something very important to me. Saying 25-year-olds, somebody had this argument with me, said, well, your brain doesn't really stop growing until you're 25 years old. Like, oh, so you're saying these grown fucking women didn't have Leonardo DiCaprio's tricking them because they're too dumb to date Leonardo DiCaprio. Do you think any of the 25-year-old actresses and celebrities and supermodels that Leonardo DiCaprio, when they get broken up with, are like, but I thought we were going to retire to New England and get a house on a cul-de-sac together? That's what happened with the other 10 fucking 23-year-olds. Leo, I thought I knew ye.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an opinion either way. I do think it's weird, but like, whatever, if they want to. And I mean, they are consenting adults. So if they want to, it's not like, let's not all put it on him. But also, it is weird that he continuously, it is a little strange, but whatever.
Hey, nobody's saying a fucking thing about Bo Burnham. Nobody's saying a fucking thing about Bo Burnham's girlfriend / fiance / maybe wife now, who's like 20 years older than him and has been dating him since he was 17 years old. Nobody
really. I didn't even know he's married. I had no idea.
He might be at this point because he's been with this chick for like
I didn't
over
even know.
10
I
years.
legitimately had no idea.
But nobody's chiming in to say Bo Burnham's brain isn't fully formed yet. He needs to be saved. And that's fucking weird too. Anyway.
Well, I do agree. It is also weird if someone 20 years older is dating a 17-year-old male.
Yeah, Joey,
even if
Joey.
It's...
You know what else is weird? You know what else is weird? Getting choked during sex. Being addicted to fucking alcohol or drugs. They're all weird. And people do it every day.
Yeah, once again, I'm not denouncing I personally just think it's weird, but once again, I'm not in that position, and who knows what he's going through and what the ladies are thinking I have no idea. I wanted to say my nostalgic thing. I watched Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that movie's a mess. If I was 5, like I would have loved it. Just because it's like dinosaurs everywhere, it would have, but like it wasn't my favorite. Well, really, honestly, none of them. The first one is amazing and one of my favorite movies, but everything else after that is like.
Wait, are you saying the first one Jurassic Park or the first one of the
Jurassic Park?
Okay.
The original 93, that one.
Yeah, that was fun. That would definitely be worth doing the one on. However, there is still the hilarity that in between the time that Jurassic Park was made and today, we have since found out that dinosaurs actually had feathers and really didn't look like that.
They like add feathers and on some of the dinosaurs in the new ones have feathers, some don't. It was like, we'll just put some on.
Just give them a wig. They'll win an Oscar for hair and makeup.
Remember in the third one, they gave half of them mohawks. Like the raptors had mohawks in that movie.
Oh God,
it was weird. Like that was around when they found out they had feathers. So they were like, we're gonna add some kind of feathers to these raptors, but they just put little spiky things on top of their heads. So it was
nice.
They look cute. I love them.
I have a weird little pseudo nostalgia. I would like to do an episode at some point on WWE's Attitude Era, which I know you are not a big wrestling fan, but you're destined to be. The funny thing, there's a lot of things that I loved that Joey did not like, and then 10 years later, suddenly he's all about it. Mystery Science Theater. Couldn't get him into Mystery Science Theater. Now he watches it way more than I ever did.
It's funny. No, I did watch it back then when it was actually on TV, but I wasn't like obsessed with it. You kind of got me back into it, but what were you just talking about? I totally lost my train of thought before the
professional wrestling.
Wrestling, yes. It's funny because like every one of my friends, everyone loves it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just always the one that was like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I've watched it. I played the video games. I had the wrestling ring, the WWF toys, many of them. And I remember one time our friend Tom was like, how many wrestlers can you name? And I think I named like 200. And I just went
you named a lot. You named a lot.
And I don't watch it. but I will say I greatly respect it. I like the shit those guys do and girls and everybody, all the wrestlers that they do. They're
you're like I'm like that with Seinfeld. Like I'm fine with Seinfeld, and just from the era and the people I've been around, I know so many moments. I don't think I've ever actually intentionally sat down and watched an episode. And I wouldn't say I'm like a crazy fan, but then again, you have to be living in a fucking bubble to not know like the Soup Nazi and the Elaine dance and yada 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 and Spongeworthy. By the way, only recently when my wife made me watch Gilmore Girls, which I was a big fan of, you should give that a try. I really
watched some of it back in the when Gina was my sister was obsessed with it, and I would watch a few episodes. It was not bad.
Yeah,
I enjoyed what I saw.
The main male love interest was the main Spongeworthy guy that she was dating in that episode.
You're right. I was going to do something about those sideburns.
So the reason I bring up wrestling is at the very tail end of the Attitude Era, the other company, WCW, was known for having a terrible product. And part of that is they were like really trying to mix reality and fantasy in a way that nobody liked. Like they would everybody knows that wrestling is fake, right?
Correct. Well, I would assume everybody does, but we can't assume things in this day.
In this era of WCW, the actual writer of the actual show would come out to the ring and say it's fake, but this part's real. And it was just too much. It was too weird. He was trying to work everybody. The alternative to WWE right now, AEW, is doing something very similar. Last night, there was a big championship match, CM Punk versus John Moxley. CM Punk won, and a long, like, guy who's been away for a while named MJF, who was hilarious. I should show you this guy. But he came back, and it was this whole fucking thing. And then they had a media thing afterwards, like a media junket, like you would do a UFC or a football. And CM Punk just went like literally said like the people who run this company are fucking idiots. They couldn't run a Target. This place sucks. I hate it. Talked about a bunch of behind the scenes shit. Completely buried this big return that everybody was excited about. And I'm just reading all the news boards right now, and everyone's like, this is like 2000s WCW. I don't want it. I want drama in my wrestling. I don't want wrestling drama. This is fucking dumb. Like,
yeah, I remember.
Just imagine what is your favorite scripted show right now?
Like that's currently airing.
Yeah, or just give me anything for an example.
Off the top of my head, just because it's coming out, the new episode's on Wednesday. Resident Alien's really fun. I like. It's not my favorite, but I can't think right now.
Okay,
Resident Alien is a fun show that I enjoy.
Imagine if during the middle of a scene or in an after credit sequence, the main actor shows up and starts dropping the writer and director by name, being like, "This guy's a fucking hack. I'm better than this show. I'll have you know that." Okay. By the way, that shit that happened this week, it's not gonna pay off. Don't get your hopes up.
Is that what happened with Chevy Chase and Community?
A little bit.
I heard he was just notoriously difficult. I love that show too, and I loved him on it. He was very funny, but unfortunately, he was probably very difficult to work with.
Yeah, it's always been the case. All right, you want to get into this week's topic?
I suppose we should. Yeah. Oh, I guess start with playing just play the second video I sent you.
Oh, okay. Well, give the rundown of what the episode is today because you emailed it to me, so I actually have to like download it and shit.
He's got to download and everything. All right. Well, this week on the KYG Y2K podcast, we are discussing the early works of one Adam Sandler, and we are specifically discussing early works up until Wedding Singer. Right, that's what we discussed.
Yeah, we decided Wedding Singer was the cutoff.
That's the cutoff of what we're discussing. However, the video that I've sent Jesse is the new Adam Sandler movie Hustle that's on Netflix was shot in Philadelphia, and the house that Adam Sandler specifically lives in is around, like, legitimately around the corner from my house. So I took a video of it, and Jesse's playing it now. Here we go.
Oh, what the fuck?
Is it not playing?
It's not playing.
Motherfucker. Well, hold on.
Hold on. This one might. This
isn't the full thing, but this was my neighbor took video of Adam Sandler. Is there no audio?
Out.
You know what? Here, I can just show it to you on my phone.
I fucked that one up. I
was like, I can just show it on my phone. We don't really need the audio, though. I don't know why. But the audio is specifically for the longer part, which I have on my phone. So hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool guy.
Yeah.
They shut down. They were doing a lot of filming in my neck of the woods. Me and Joey are on opposite sides of the city.
Yes.
But yeah, they shut down a lot of Manayunk to shoot it.
All right. Can
Go
you
for
see
it.
that?
I can see it.
Okay.
Press play.
I'm watching Hustle on Netflix, and see this house? Hold on 1 second.
Guys, follow Joey on TikTok. This is fun.
Right there.
I was so out of breath. Right there, and then that was him.
Dude, what?
I wasn't there. I
Dude,
wasn't
you
there
can-
when they were actually.
You can edit. Why were you out of breath? You didn't have to run there.
Well, no. The original video, I did the full run to show how close it was, but then I realized, oh shit, everyone knows exactly where I live now, like exactly. So I deleted it and edited the thing together. So yeah,
Very good call. Very
not
good
that
call.
it whatever, but I'm just yeah. So
Can't have
but
our
yeah, that's
dozens and dozens of fans swarming you. Well, actually, you might have more. How many TikTok followers do you have?
16.2K.
Damn. We need to
Yeah.
start. We need to start promoting shit on your TikTok because I am not good
I
at it.
guess, but it's weird. TikTok's algorithm is all fucked up because like with the amount of followers I have, you'd think that my videos would get more than 200 views sometimes. Like it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. Like
Oh,
it's
dude, on Instagram Reels, I'll put up stand-up clips. My most popular clip has 27,000 views. And do you know the only joke in that clip? I'll tell it to you right now.
dude.
Hey, everybody. Just so you know, I have started a side hustle. I am now working as a dog groomer. So if anybody's looking to fuck an underage dog, hit me up after the show.
Oh god. It's terrible.
It's pretty bad. It's fun though.
Terrible. But anyway, I wanted to show that video just because Adam Sandler was on my street. And like we had to move our cars and stuff, and I wasn't there the day they were supposed to film originally. He never showed up. They had the thing blocked off him. They were supposed to come that night. It was like 2 a.m. And then by that point, I was like, all right, I'm going to sleep because no one showed. And they never showed up that night. They literally then they shut down a little bit. It was like a year went by, and they came back to shoot that scene again.
That's so weird. That's so weird.
I wasn't there. The second time was actually at the Mahoning Drive-In. I don't remember what I was seeing that night.
Shout out Mahoning Drive-In. Woo.
Mahoning.
All right. So, real quick background: Adam Sandler was born in Brooklyn to Stan and Judy, which you might remember if you bought his album "Stan and Judy's Kids."
Yeah.
Born in Brooklyn, but moved to New Hampshire when he was 6, where he would grow up. You forget that he seems like a born and raised, born there, but New York guy. Returned to New York when he went to college at the NYU Tisch School of the Arts. Joe, have you ever heard of the Tisch School of the Arts?
No, I mean I know NYU.
Dude,
and their film program, but is that
particularly the Tisch School of the Arts? Listen to this list of notable graduates: Woody Allen, Lady Gaga, Whoopi Goldberg, Spike Lee, Philip Seymour Hoffman, and Joey.
Wow.
Here's the real kicker: those are just all the Academy Award winners that went there. The list is insane. Fucking what was his name? The guy from Daniel Day Kim from Lost. He went there. Yeah.
Really?
Crazy. Go look up that list. It is so fascinating. Could you imagine going to that school and then not succeeding in Hollywood, knowing
actually did I ever tell you, do you know this story about back all right, there used to be a show on IFC called Film School, which followed around NYU film students.
Okay.
Do you know about this?
I do not.
So there was a show, I think it was called Film School, followed around NYU film students. It probably only lasted 1 season, but I remember Shane, my college roommate, sent was it IFC? Whatever network it was on, I can't even remember at this point. Sent them a letter. It was like, hey, why are you following around NYU film students? They have access to everything. Why don't you follow around poor kids and see how they make movies? And they were like, hey, that's actually a really good idea. Why don't you send us a treatment and a sample episode? So we filmed like a 22-minute pilot. We sent it to them, and I think Shane met with them twice before they passed on it.
Oh, wow.
But that was when we were like 19 years old. So
that's so cool. Always take the meeting.
It just, what happened?
I said always take the meeting.
Yeah, I believe Shane has the rejection letter framed. He told me that a long time ago. I have to ask him again. But yeah, that was the first taste of, oh my God, something might actually happen, and then nothing ever happened. So that was the first. That was the first taste of it. But continue.
Yeah, had many licks of that Tootsie Roll pop and never quite took the owl chump.
I'm still licking it.
That's right.
Still
Hey
licking.
man, it's not a race. It's a sprint. Unless you're Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend, in which case get your hits in now. So Adam Sandler starts out as a stand-up comedian, and whoo boy does it stink. It is very much 80s based, which 80s comedy was very character based, kind of like goofy. So he really was a good fit for SNL. I want to show this terrible joke that doesn't go anywhere. Let's just watch for a second here.
Well, Elvis Presley's alive and well. Elvis Presley's alive and well. He's about 8 inches tall now. He lives in my refrigerator. He lives behind a ketchup bottle.
Okay, so Elvis is alive, but he's tiny, and he lives in Adam Sandler's refrigerator. You're not gonna believe the payoff to that setup.
The other day, I came home a little early, and Elvis was running away with a head of lettuce. I opened up the door, and he's running away with a head of lettuce. And I like lettuce, you know. Lettuce is good for a sandwich, you know. Makes it extra crunchy. So I was upset. I was kind of going, what's going on here? You know, Elvis, what are you doing, you know? And he goes, I'll do anything I want. I'm the king of rock and roll. And I go, I just want my lettuce. You know? And then he goes, you ever hear a hound dog? And I go, yeah. And he goes, that's my tune. And I go, I just want my lettuce. Then he started spinning the lettuce on his finger, kind of rubbing it in my face like he's got the lettuce and I don't. He's rubbing it and giving me that look, you know, like he's better than me. And he's humming Love Me Tender. I'm like, I don't even like that song very much. And he goes, it doesn't matter, Adam, because that song made me a lot of money. And I was like, well, why don't you buy your own lettuce then, you know? He's very cheap. He's a jerk. That the Chuck Wagon guy, too, he's in my...
And then on to another topic. No payoff.
Oh, this is when Jack Warden died? It says Jack Warden died too. He's in my kitchen a lot.
I don't know.
Or is that Jock Warden?
It says Jack.
Oh, that says Jock Warden. Jack Warden was
Hold on. Let's see if he says Jack. Hold on.
Kitchen a lot. He's always
Wait.
in my kitchen a lot. That the Chuck Wagon guy too. He's in my kitchen.
It sounds like it says Chuck Wagon. I don't know.
Because Jack Warden wasn't he the guy in Dirty Work? That's like, no, your mother was there too. Who do you think took the picture?
Oh no. He was still alive at this point because he hadn't even made Problem Child yet.
That's
fucking
you're right.
Adam
Okay.
Sandler, you fucking liar. Yeah,
That's
terrible, terrible comedy.
Jack Warden. Yeah, this is Jack Warden. He died in 2006. That's why I was okay. Yeah, that was. I never really watched his stand up. I knew him on SNL and his comedy albums.
Oh, we're at least talking about the first one,
which was it?
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Oh, see what the hell happened to me is the one that I'll tell. Well, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Okay. So his first role that he gets after graduating from the Tisch School of the Art. By the way, he was about 22, 23 in that clip there. I should have started stand up so much fucking earlier. I really should have. So his first role. Sorry, I'm combating with the fucking yes. Participants can see the screen. Leave me the fuck alone, Zoom.
Everybody's gonna be watching Dance Mania tonight.
Yeah, I invited all my girlfriends over to watch it.
Can we come over too?
Sure, I guess so.
All right, party. So tell me, what was it like? Were you nervous on the show?
Well, I didn't get on.
Oh,
It's
no.
terrible. Tragic.
Cockroach did.
Did?
Yeah, you'll be on for sure.
So yeah, he's Theo Huxtable's buddy on the Cosby Show. Yeah.
I never knew that either.
Yeah. His first feature film role, and whoo boy, is this interesting. He is the lead in the film Going Overboard. We're gonna watch the trailer here.
I remember seeing this movie in the very opening. He's like, "This isn't a low budget flick. This is a no budget flick." So, yeah, so like what did he say? Like an earthquake looks like this.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh, Joey, aftershock. You feeling oh no. You didn't even shake the camera that time, you lazy piece of shit.
Well, I was like, it was over. It's
I
fine.
got. So he plays a waiter on a
it's
cruise
Trimark.
ship. Yeah, he plays a waiter on a cruise ship who really wants to be a stand-up comedian, which just bad plot. Don't be a comedian and your movies. I'm trying to be a comedian. So bad. Let's watch the trailer to this.
Also, don't write a movie about trying to make a movie.
Yes.
This
Oh,
is
also
like the number one rule of especially if you've never made a movie. Don't.
Joseph, do you recall the character name in Going Overboard? Do you recall what his character
Is it Schecky Moskowitz? Is that right?
Schecky by God Moskowitz. Yes. Let's watch this trailer here.
Adam Sandler is a cruise ship waiter.
Oh, the bird pooped in the drink.
All my life, I just wanted to get on stage and make people laugh.
Who's that actor?
I don't know. He looked like Pete Holmes, but Pete Holmes was like 4 at the time.
What was your name?
I hate you!
Stand-up comedy is such a sad thing.
This isn't going too well, is it?
It's absolutely the most degrading thing a human being can put himself through.
It's true.
There's your punchline.
Somewhere between seasickness and murder, this killer comic discovers the power of laughter.
Wow.
Adam Sandler is going overboard.
But first, let's...
Having ska in your trailer in 1989 is very odd.
Yeah, you would think it was like 1999. By
Exactly.
that music.
Blast from the
Well,
past.
when was this specifically? When was this trailer? Is this like the theatrical trailer? Or is this like the DVD release or whatever?
No, this is the original theatrical trailer.
Okay.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Comedy.
I can't think of anything funny.
It's a killer.
I am funny.
Who would think that trailer would make you want to even see that? Forget it's just not a good movie. It's not a good trailer either.
Yeah, I mean, once again, that was an independent movie, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, so I'm a lot less judgy about that type of stuff. Where I'm like, hell, I've made worse.
Very true. Very true. Okay.
Come here, Norman. My cat is stepping on everything. Come on, buddy.
He has a small part as Dink the Clown in the Bobcat Goldthwait cult classic Shakes the Clown, but that's really about it. We get to the SNL years where he really pops. He starts out as a writer. Oh, sorry.
The cat is his ass is now in my face. Come on, bud, jump up. Go ahead. There you go.
Okay. I can't. The ass isn't coming up on the mic. That pop filter is doing its job. But yeah, so he ends up on SNL. He's kind of like the proto Jimmy Fallon, where he's like a decent character guy who busts out the guitar occasionally. I have to think that SNL is probably the first time he comes up on my radar as a kid. Where do you think he first pops up for you?
Probably SNL. But honestly, it might be the "What the Hell Happened to Me" album. When did that come out? Because that's like the first thing where I was like, "This is crazy." Because my cousin Mike used to give me his CDs if I would clean his room when I was a little kid, and because the ones he didn't want, he'd be like, "You could take any one of these." So that's how I got Dookie from Green Day, and that is how I got Adam Sandler's "What the Hell Happened to Me," which was the first one.
maybe while we're talking, go on YouTube and oh wait, no, I have to do it. Never mind. We'll talk about the album in a second, and just tell me right now.
The live sport.
Shut up. What would be a track from that's worth playing that you really recall?
Ode to My Car was like the first one that it's not my favorite, but it's the first one where as a little juvenile child thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
That is a fun song for a little kid. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about SNL first, and we'll talk about that. So yeah, he starts out as a writer the first year before becoming a performer the next year. And we're just going to watch some quick little ideas of sketches. The first one, Hurley Boy house sitting service. I will say this, way funnier than I remembered it.
If you leave town this holiday season, why not let the Hurley Boy be your house sitter? Out of an estimated 50,000 professional house sitters in the world, the Hurley Boy is by far the best.
Hello.
He looks like Butters.
Let me water your pants. please, while you're gone, let me water your plants. It would mean so much to me if you just let me water your plants. Come on, you're not going to be there. Somebody's got to water them. Why can't it be me? Please? Hey. Please? Let me water your plants.
Come on, let the boy water your plants.
So weird. Very, very funny.
I guess SNL was the first time he was on my radar because What the Hell Happened to Me came out in 96 and Billy Madison was 95. So it was probably, it was. But Billy Madison was like when he became like a household name for me.
Right. So fun fact, Herlihy Boy is named after Tim Herlihy. He was a writer on SNL, and he has written pretty much every Adam Sandler movie on this list that we're going to talk today. He wrote Billy Madison, wrote Happy Gilmore, Wedding Singer, Big Daddy, Waterboy, Little Nicky. As a matter of fact, you can see him in little bit parts. He plays an architect in Billy Madison, and was just watching The Wedding Singer this morning, and he is Rudy the bartender.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he might be like the very first one that Adam Sandler's known for working with his buddies. So let's watch
does he still work with them?
He's working with him on something currently, but he feels like he's doing it less often because I noticed there wasn't a lot of like recent Adam Sandler things on his IMDb, but there is one that like this year, like Hubie Halloween or some bullshit.
Okay.
Next one, Schmidt's Gay. I find this very interesting just because when this aired 1993, 94, still not a lot of gay humor on TV, let alone like what would become a very prominent strain, particularly for white guys. I've heard black comedians complain about that like we have our guard up too much. We can't like gay fuck around the way you guys do, where like, like you smack your friend on the ass joking around, like that would be a fight in certain communities. Whereas us white boys, one of our many privileges is we get to jokingly gay around with each other for fun. So again, this is very early for that kind of humor. Just nod your head and agree with me, Joey. That white boys can gay around. That's not a controversial statement.
This is the great house sitting deal that you found. This place is a dump. Just wait till you see the pool.
Yeah, obviously a parody of most of the Budweiser like hot girl commercials of the time. All you got to do is put a little water and get the little, well, it would be Budweiser, but here you just got to get a nice pack of Schmidt's Gay. And oh boy, will the hot boys come around.
You two look like you need to get wet.
When did the ambiguously gay duo start on SNL?
It's in this era.
Okay,
I
knew that was like around that time too. But that, I guess, that would have been it. And then Kids in the Hall type stuff.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like this was very early for gay humor in sketch comedy. Aside from Kids in the Hall, where all of it was gay. So I remember getting in fights with people because again, teenage boys. When I was in middle school, this was the era where Kids in the Hall was always on Comedy Central, which I don't know if you're aware of. Did you ever hear of the deal they came up with Comedy Central? They had a deal where you can air every episode X amount of times basically for free, but then after this point, we'll set up a new contract and you have to start paying us this. And pretty much what happened is once they ran out of free airings, Comedy Central just stopped airing it. Because they were real shit. So despite helping to essentially build that fucking network, Kids in the Hall made almost no money from it.
Funny that you say that too, because South Park, despite how huge it is like a non-union show. God damn this phone.
That's fine.
Jesus Christ. But same kind of thing. Like you'd think that they'd be able to pay people more. Like that's why there hasn't been a celebrity guest on South Park since season 4. Because SAG sent out letters saying if you're part of SAG, you can't do a voice on South Park because they're a non-union show.
It's such horseshit too, because they make so much fucking money. You can't. They're philosophically against unions, which I don't know. Much like South Park, like, ooh, way to have the hottest take of 1999, guys. Like, fucking evolve a little bit.
Yeah, and once again, I love those guys. Love, I don't know them personally, but love their stuff. But that's a little fucking weird to me.
Yeah, somebody's getting fucked over somewhere. Like, how many cajillions can you guys have? But oh yeah, but I remember in middle school, a kid calling me the other F word because I was a fan of Kids in the Hall. He said, like, you must be gay because they're all gay. I'm like, they're not all gay, just Scott Thompson, and it's really funny too. If you were you ever really into Kids in the Hall?
Yeah, I mean, I did not like not as much as, let's say, what was another popular sketch comedy show at the time?
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I guess I watched that more, but Living Color,
The State.
The State, I guess I saw more of than Kids in the Hall.
I love The State. My point is, if you've seen even a little bit, and especially out to the listeners, go on Amazon Prime and give a little extra money to Jeff Bezos. I hear he's hurting for it, but they made a documentary about the creation of Kids in the Hall and their entire career. That is fascinating. The only documentary I've ever watched twice in 1 week because I liked it just that much. Let's talk about his albums real quick. It's funny that as a stand-up, I don't think he had a stand-up special until very recently, that Netflix one, right?
That one was great, which like surprised the hell out of me because I was like, oh my God, this, because it reminded me of these old comedy albums.
Yeah. And it's also interesting because he did tour as a pseudo stand-up comic. Like the video of the Hanukkah song that's famous, I'm pretty sure comes from one of those, but I don't think he ever released a full comedy special, which is funny because the albums that he releases are not stand-up comedy. They are audio sketch comedy, which, Joey, can we as a project try and put together a comedy audio sketch album? It hasn't been done in so fucking long.
Man.
I think that'd be a fun challenge.
Monty Python used to do it, and Adam Sandler used to do it.
If you're a younger person,
little Nicky DeCesare has just gotten home from his first day of school. I played on the monkey bars. You gotta respect the condom. He's fucking 4 fucking years old. I'll put a condom on your fucking tombstone. Remember that?
I told you I didn't have that album. I had this album. Let's listen to this for a minute.
Okay.
Let's listen to this for a minute. This is what these albums were.
No!
Why not, Mom?
Yeah, why, Mom? You should go.
It's gonna be fun. I'll get to meet new people.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
Oh, Mom.
They're all gonna laugh at you!
Don't worry, Brad.
Hey, Mom, I saw this great skirt at the mall today, but it was $34, which isn't that high of a price, but I was nervous to buy it. What do you think?
No!
Really? I really like
They're
it.
all gonna laugh at you!
Oh, Mom, who is?
They're all gonna laugh at you!
Mom, you're so paranoid.
No!
It's so dumb, but it's so fun. And by the way, everybody is on this fucking album. David Spade, Tim Meadows, Conan O'Brien, Kevin Nealon, all of them.
Also, they're all gonna laugh at you, but then the goat sketch on what it was hilarious to me. Not the song, the spoken word sketch. Oh, that's what I want to say. Fans of Blink-182's live album, The Mark, Tom, and Travis Show, Mark Hoppus totally quotes one of the sketches from Adam Sandler's What the Hell Happened to Me. And it's about when I see a 60-year-old man and his balls flop out and holy jeez, I wanted to lick him. That is from, do you remember that?
I told you, I don't know this album.
Do you remember the Mark, Tom, and Travis Show?
Yes, I remember that one.
When Mark Hoppus is like, one time I saw a 60-year-old man going down a slide and I saw his balls flop out. It was beautiful, big, beautiful hairy balls just flopping around. Holy jeez, I wanted to lick them. Mark Hoppus was quoting Adam Sandler from this album.
Yeah, let's take a listen to the song for a second.
My car's a big piece of shit. Cause these shocks are fucking shot. And my seatbelt's fucking broken. I got to tie it in a knot. It's a piece of shit. Can't see through the windshield. Cause he's got a big fucking crack. And the interior smells real bad. Cause my
We have to take a brief commercial break for our advertiser. Today's advertisers is pants. Pants. You got to buy them. It's the law.
You gotta. Nobody likes to wear clothes, kid, but it's the law. Simpsons movie, which I find funny because when that came out, nobody liked it. Now everyone's like, "No, I did too," but I mean, like overall,
You don't
the
fucking
original.
know me. No, I know what you mean. Yeah,
but you know what I mean. Like everybody was like, now everybody's like, "Oh, it was so good," which I just find that really funny.
Real quick to get back to SNL. I couldn't find a clip, but there's a famous clip called Canteen Boy, where Alec Baldwin plays a scoutmaster and Adam Sandler plays a Boy Scout, and it's very sexually charged. Like I said, I could not find the actual clip of it, but I sure as shit could find some right-wing dipshit on YouTube using the sketch to claim that Alec Baldwin is in fact a actual pedophile, because man, YouTube is great, but it is really bad for a lot of things.
Real quick though, back to what the hell happened to me since we got cut off right in the middle of it.
Sorry.
The thing with the gotta respect the condom. What condom? He's 4 fucking years old. That is track 2 called Respect, and that one hilarious. The Excited Southerner is where he got the voice for the Water Boy. So the Water Boy is the Excited Southerner sketches on that album are the Water Boy. The song Steve Polychronopoulos is actually a really good
Polychronopoulos.
You know that song? That one I genuinely love that song as like an actual song.
Dude,
and
you would love this. I had an old VHS copy taped off of TV of Mystery Science Theater, where one of the commercials was touting the making of and world premiere of the Steve Polychronopoulos video on MTV.
Polychronopoulos, I'm a big fucking dick. I'm a pain in your. And then the Sexer weightlifting sketch is really bizarre in retrospect, like if I would think about it now. So is the sketch Do It for Mama. Why don't you just jiggle your balls for Mama? I want to pull out your cock and balls. I want to see what my daughter's been stroking.
Oh my!
Like, these are all quotes from this album, and it's like
it's kind of hot. I saw a porno that started that way.
10-year-old me was like in love with it. It was just like Mr. Bako. I didn't know what the hell that's about, Spoken Weed, but I didn't know what the hell that song was as a child. But I just genuinely thought it was cool. And then Crazy Love is another song that I genuinely like as a song, and not as it being funny, but I just genuinely like it. Okay.
If we're talking songs, he also has 2 other hit songs everybody knew. The Hanukkah song, right? He just lists famous Jews, like, and all 3 Stooges. So good. Lunch Lady Land, which was pretty cool.
Lady Land.
He inevitably gets fired from SNL in 1995, and now we can talk about the film career in earnest, starting with just 2 very small roles in Coneheads and The Larry Sanders Show. The first great Adam Sandler role, Joey, what am I going to say?
Billy Madison?
No.
I don't know.
Pip in Airheads.
Oh, was that before Billy Madison?
Yes, it was.
Really?
According to IMDb, unless, I don't know. I believe.
No, I mean, you're right. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I guess you're right. No, and I 100. That is probably my favorite Adam Sandler movie. That's not technically an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
it's not a Happy Madison.
If you've never seen Airheads, terrible name, by the way. I think other markets that they didn't use that name, but the band consisting of Steve Buscemi and Adam Sandler and Brendan Fraser, the Lone Rangers.
Fraser.
Take over a radio station and hold it hostage till they play their demo on air. Shenanigans ensue. I love it. It was a total bomb at the box office, but became a cult classic due to constant re-airing on Comedy Central.
That's where I saw it. I watched it all the freaking time.
Fun trivia. The first choice for Brendan Fraser's role was supposed to be him in this movie, John Cusack.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Terrible casting, but I would have loved to. I would love to see it.
It would have been interesting. It would have been interesting. I don't know.
Brendan Fraser's kind of like a sexy rocker guy. John Cusack, like, people find him cute. He's not sexy. He's not a rocker.
That's what I mean. It would have been interesting. I don't know if it would have been great or bad, but it would have been interesting. And I love John Cusack, especially like Better Off Dead. But
Now, you and I have quoted this before. I'm not going to get deep into our long storied history of women, but it was stated many times that you were like Pip in Airheads because of the quote. Like, oh yeah, because
I'm so stupid, I must be cute.
Yeah,
that's what we call the quiet cool.
Yeah, Joe Montana is watching the cute girl flirt over Pip. He's like, "How does he do it with the I'm so dumb he must cute thing?" And Brenda Fraser responds like, "Oh yeah, he gets more. Oh, what does he say? He gets more bumper than a body shop. That might be it. I don't know.
I can't remember."
But yeah, it's great, and it's also great because after this, we're almost never gonna see Adam Sandler in a supporting role. He is a leading man after this,
except for Dirty Work.
Except for Dirty. Well, that's like a cameo. It
is a cameo, but it like he looks super young in that movie too. In Dirty Work specifically, when was that? 96?
I think so.
Like he looks like it would have been pre Billy Madison. By that one shot of him, like, we eat the food and then we burn. It's so stupid.
Oh, all right. So after this, we get to Billy Madison. This is the first big hit movie. Some quick. We're gonna look at some moments, but first some trivia.
Want me to read the back of the VHS?
Absolutely.
All right.
Hold on, show us the front. Show us the front. I didn't have the camera set up. Nice.
There you go. Front camera. There we go.
Starring Adam Sandler and Sonia fucking Blade. I don't know her real name. I refuse.
Yeah. You refuse to look it up. Now, he's heir to the Madison Hotel millions, but the only subjects Billy has studied lately are babes and booze. For him, life has been a 10-year party since he left high school, drinking bottomless daiquiris, catching rays by the pool, pulling moronic pranks, and chasing anything in or out of a skirt. But when Brian Madison informs his goofball son that he has plans to turn over his Fortune 500 company to Vice President / Weasel Eric Gordon, Billy makes the bet of his life. He's going back to school.
Record scratch.
12. He's going back to school. Grades 1 through 12 in 24 weeks with hilarious results. And this time, Mr. Madison's checkbook won't be the source of Billy's academic advancement. Can bona fide blockhead Billy clean up his act to win his father's respect, the family fortune, and... Oh, it cuts over here. The love of his life, teacher Veronica? Oh, her name's Bridget Wilson. Hey, it's worth a shot. Featuring songs by Electric Light Orchestra, the Jackson 5, the Cars, Culture Club, the Ramones, and Styx.
Who the fuck is watching that movie for the soundtrack?
I know. Why is that all written on the back?
The only song I remember in that movie is the fucking "You Can Do It, Billy" song.
Yes, I will go back to school and achieve victory.
Real quick trivia before we watch some scenes. The line "everyone is dumber in this room because of what you just said" is what SNL writer Jim Downey would say to Chris Farley when he'd spout non sequiturs in the SNL writers room. Some fun alternate titles used in different countries. In China, Billy Madison is called The Dumb Rush to College. The Latin version is Silly, but not so much. And also A Millionaire at School. And in Croatia, He Grew Up Like Dad.
What?
I don't know.
None of those accurately describe what happens in those movies.
No, the Dumb Rush to College is pretty good.
I guess, but he doesn't go to college. He just has to graduate school to own the company. So it's not like he's going to college.
For the dodgeball scene, Adam Sandler and the director asked the kids permission if they could, like, hey, can I throw the dodgeball at you for this? We want to make sure you're okay with it. And then he would throw it way the fuck harder than he said. Oh, by the way, also from this movie, it needs to be said, the one thing I hated most about this movie, because I heard it my entire life, O'Doyle rules.
O'Doyle rules.
Just because I am a pasty man with freckles does not make me O'Doyle. There was a girl I was dating, who you are aware of, who I had a romantic rival in that relationship, and this person, to make fun of me, called me O'Doyle Rules a lot of the time. Like, oh, what, you want to go fuck O'Doyle Rules? Guess what? She fucked O'Doyle Rules quite a bit.
Anyway,
you can't insult somebody with the word rules. You're telling me I'm great. Sorry.
I don't know why specifically this movie was picked, but on my 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C., we had to pick a movie to watch on the bus. And Billy Madison was the movie that was picked. And as a matter of fact, I think it legitimately was this actual VHS tape that I'm holding in my hand that was played on the bus. Whoa, on the way to Washington, D.C. By that point it had been out for 5 years, right? Because I graduated 8th grade in 2000. That was when I went to Washington for the school trip, and that came out in 95. So
when you and I get to underrated nostalgia, we need to watch National Lampoon's Senior Trip, because that movie is a road trip to Washington, D.C. But it's so dumb. Anybody only remembers it because it was a trailer on the original VHS release of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I remember never saw the movie. Remember the trailer vividly. We've talked about this on
pop quiz
ago, I think.
Pop quiz, hot shot. You have a bunch of kids wanting beer, and your principal is in the store. What do you do? Take out the principal. Yeah. Another fact. The original director for this movie was fired days into shooting. Director Tamra Davis, who is known for Half Baked, Crossroads, and also being married to Mike D from the Beastie Boys, was flown in at the last minute to save it, and she did. So let's watch some Clippy Whips. If I can get this fucking... No, not the Antichrist. I was watching...
Why did that...
I watched... Dude, you want to talk nostalgia? I watched all of the Omen sequels this week.
Even the 4th one?
No, that one I skipped because it was that bad. 2 and 3 are pretty good, I'll be honest.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 are good. I have that box set, the Shout Factory box set, but I've never watched the 4th one. I've never seen it. I saw the remake, which was fine.
Yeah. All right. Let's watch a few clips real quick.
I go to hikes. Well,
fuck you, kid. All right.
I can't wait till I go to hikes. Well,
Don't you say that. Don't you ever say that. Stay here. Stay as long as you can. For the love of God, cherish it.
Jennifer, why don't you try reading out loud for a minute, okay?
Got it.
I made a meme based off of this of him say, "Stop looking at me, Swan," and then it's Swan from Phantom of the Paradise.
Yes.
Great. That was about 7 years ago when I made that meme. And
I thought it was a great meme.
First comment was, "I never thought I'd see a Billy Madison Phantom of the Paradise crossover." Gotta find that picture again. I guess I could make it.
Oh my God! This damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick.
Which you could imagine if they did, right?
Yeah. I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling...
Things that did not age well about this movie.
Anything that could be considered a...
I dare you to touch your boobs. That's assault, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Double dare me.
I award you no points.
I award you no points.
So great.
No, I will not make out with you.
Yeah, the O'Doyle rules, kids.
O'Doyle rules. Thanks a lot, O'Doyle. Nice meeting you.
Am
I remembering the song wrong? Wasn't there a song in this movie?
That's what I was singing to you.
Yeah, but I can't find it.
Because I wish.
There it is.
Yes, I will go back to school.
You know what I got an idea for you? Instead of being an idiot every day, I'll leave you, Billy.
Get to the song.
Isn't she in well, she's Sonya Blade, yes, but she's also in a horror movie. Was she in the Ghost movie?
I will go back to school and achieve victory.
No man will take what my father has built unless that man is me.
My Billy, sweet Billy boy, I knew you would go back. No one can stop you
Thank you.
Thank you
Uh,
for beating the shit out of me.
It's me. I bet you thought that.
I was
That
dead.
I was dead.
When I
When
fell
I
over,
fell over,
I
I
just my
broke
leg
my
got
leg
a
and put a
hemorrhage in
hemorrhage
my
in
head.
head.
Yeah, that's the best scene in the movie for me when they bring back
Yeah.
the clown. Okay.
The clown part specifically.
Yes, just that.
Um,
But yeah, great. Got horrible reviews. Was a big
I mean,
hit.
look, it's a dumb, very stupid movie. I wouldn't say great. I mean, I personally love it.
It was fun. It was very much the
Yeah.
humor of the time. It fit right
At
in
the
the zeitgeist.
time, and when
It fit
great
right in the
memories
zeitgeist
with it.
of Ace Ventura as well.
Yeah, I love those movies because they just, not that they were great, and I'm not gonna sit there and be like this was the best. I didn't even think at the time it was like the best comedy, but it was so silly. And as a little kid, it was just like, this is. I loved it just because of how friggin' stupid it was. I loved it.
Next, we have Happy Gilmore. Do you have a VHS of that? Oh yeah,
I do.
read us the back, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
You're too good for your home.
I'll read you the back. Here we go. 4. Make way for the pro golf circuit's worst nightmare. Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler stars in this hilarious comedy that scores a hole-in-one for gut-busting wit and outrageous slapstick. Although Happy dreams of becoming a professional hockey player, he discovers that his hockey slap shot translates to an astonishing 400-yard tee shot. So when his grandmother loses her home to the IRS, Happy decides to earn the house back by joining the pro golf tour, bringing his ferocious temper and outlandish antics to the well-tended fairways. Before long, Happy is a media sensation, attracting crowds and news cameras wherever he goes. But Happy's bitter rival has his own plans for the golf superstar, resulting in riotous, laugh-filled confrontation on the links, with a terrific cast including Carl Weathers, Julie Bowen, Bob Barker, Richard Kyle, and Kevin Nealon.
Richard
Who's
Keel.
Richard Keel?
Richard Keel was Jaws.
Is he the big guy?
Yeah, he was Jaws
Yeah.
in one of the Bond movies. So
That's right. He's got the nail in his head.
yeah. Quick trivia: Bob Barker has a great cameo in this movie where him and Happy Gilmore fight during a charity golf event. Bob Barker didn't want to do the cameo until the person informed him that he was supposed to win the fight. The reason this happened is that Bob Barker was trained in martial arts by his good friend Chuck Norris. He also refused to use a stunt double on set.
Really? So he was doing all that?
It's all him.
That's pretty cool.
Christopher McDonald, who plays Shooter McGavin, bad guy of the 80s, was partially cast because he's a great golfer. Joey, that fucking that finger shoot thing, he ad-libbed, not in the script.
Did he really? That's
yeah,
cool.
He thought it was bad that they never really explained why he was called Shooter, so he came up with that on his own. Also, because he is a golfer, given all the master shots of golf where, like, in the actual film, you see them shooting golf, and obviously if it needs to get in the cup, the actor needs to get it in the cup. There was a lot of gambling on set because Chris McDonald was good, but the stagehands would often like gamble on what take he was going to nail the shot. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Adam Sandler has said this was his favorite role. Richard Keel is always seen leaning on something in this episode because a car accident fucked up his sense of balance for the last few decades of his life. Joey, you're gonna be upset here. Do you know who almost had the role? Almost had the role. Came in second to Shooter McGavin.
I do.
Who?
Mr. Bruce Campbell.
Mr. Bruce fucking Campbell. My God, he would have been so good in this too.
Yeah, I mean, Chris McDonald did a phenomenal job.
He did a phenomenal job in every movie of the 90s. He could have lost this one and it would have been fine. To see Bruce Campbell.
Bruce needed a win somewhere. It was weird because Bruce has had like a very successful career, but at the same time, he never reached.
He's
not
not
that
in the
Chris
mainstream
McDonald
that much.
reached A-list. Yeah, but that's what I mean. I guess nowadays it's a little blunt. He is more in the mainstream now. So I guess especially after Doctor Strange, because he was in that.
Yeah, but he's very much a cameo guy. He's very rarely cast as like an antagonist, which he would have been good at. To see Bruce Campbell say, "I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast."
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Yeah. Let's watch let's watch some quick clips.
You know, there's the deleted scene that shows what happens with the Ben Stiller character.
No.
Yeah,
Well, hold on, hold on. Let's watch this real quick.
It helps put me to sleep.
I think there's a
For a warm glass of shut the hell up.
The Rock.
You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. Check out the name tag.
You know that Ben Stiller is in the movie Hubie Halloween as that exact same character.
I did not.
The movie's not great, but that was a fun little.
By the way, the Rock of all people would later steal the catchphrase of "Why don't you take a glass of shut the hell up?" And oh, by the way, great quote. Just because we don't have the scene, but it is in, and it wasn't on the box. But one of the great things he talks about his 2 records in the hockey league before he got kicked out was most minutes in the penalty box, and also I was the only guy to take off a skate and try to stab someone with it.
Yeah, there's a deleted scene that shows, if I'm not mistaken, like he gets his because he's the only character that Happy Gilmore doesn't like. He's mean to his grandma, but he never gets any comeuppance because of that. He's the only one that doesn't. But there is a delete. Yep, I'm gonna look it up. I should have looked this up earlier, but
send it to me through Facebook. I'll put it on real quick.
Okay.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Look, guys, I know he's problematic and he's done some things, but since we're all upset that Betty White didn't make it to 100, Bob Barker's still out there kicking. You could root on old Bobby Boy.
Oh, what did he do? I don't know why. What did he do?
He fucked a bunch of the Price is Right girls.
Oh, well, I'll do it, I guess.
Yeah. So he has a nail in his head. God. Oh, wait, Joey, don't you know?
Yeah.
Mystery Science Theater. Don't you know what famous Mystery Science Theater role he had? You are looking at Ega.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
AKA the Los Angeles Caveman.
All right, I sent you the link. That should be the deleted scene.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. It's on Reddit. That's bad, but oh well.
I know it's on. It was the only link that came up with the thing that wasn't 20 minutes long. That's
okay.
Like...
we just had to vamp a little bit. All right, deleted scene.
Mr. Gilmore! Just wanted to say we're sorry to see Grandma go. She brightened every room she walked into.
That's nice, man. Come here for a second. I want to talk to you. Sure. You know what? Grandma told me what you've been doing in here, and I gotta tell you, it got me really, really angry.
Okay, I hate to be the messenger pigeon here, but bottom line is your grandmother is senile. Huh? Oh yeah, she's in the advanced stages of senility. Well, that's not good. No, it's really not good at all. But the good thing is now you and I are recognizing the problem. This is a good thing. Now we can get in there, roll up our sleeves, get our hands dirty, and fix this problem. I mean, I say let's just get in there and go to work.
Let's do it. Let's go to work.
Let's do it.
I just threw him out a window.
That's weird. Why would you get rid of that? It wasn't a great scene, but it is better to show that guy get some comeuppance.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently that was in the TV cut, but not the.
Yeah, you could see.
Speaking of TV cuts, are crazy, man. Now that I think, like TV cuts have scenes that aren't even on the DVD. Like it's biggest example of that. Halloween 1, the original
Halloween.
The TV cut that aired on NBC in 1981 has a whole deleted subplot about Michael Myers' sister, because they were shooting Halloween 2 at the time that the TV cut was coming out, and they shot this one extra scene where the word sister was written on the inside of Michael Myers'
right
mental the institution inside of his room. So they added that into and then there's also like a scene of him talking to little Michael Myers when he was a child in the mental hospital. When none of that was in any version of the movie I ever saw until last 2 years ago when my friend was like, hey, my brother taped this off the TV in 1981 and this has all these scenes in it. I was like, oh. But
Nice.
apparently Ace Ventura, same thing. They had that whole, wasn't there a whole scene with Cannibal Corpse that's not in the actual?
Oh, no. There's an extended scene. It's in the actual movie. There's an extended scene in
Isn't he on stage?
No, yeah. What happens different in the TV one is he gets on stage and actually sings with them, because the joke is when the music stops, the goons can make it through the crowd. So he just convinces them to keep playing, and then they can't get through. Dude, if we're talking great heavy metal scenes in cinema, I think we discussed two of them. We discussed Ace Ventura. We discussed Airheads during the White Zombie concert. And dude, Serial Mom, when L7 playing the band Camel Lips, so good.
I just watched Serial Mom a couple months ago on Laserdisc at Brian Bruno's house.
Isn't that a great fucking movie? I love it.
Yeah, I had seen it before. It just had been many, many years. And I was like, oh, I liked it more as an adult, because as a kid, I guess I was just upset I saw Jimmy Olsen die in the movie. The guy that played Jimmy Olsen on the Lois and Clark TV show. What's his name? Justin. He was Andy Barkley in Child's Play 3.
I think he's the one who gets murdered on stage during the L7 show.
I think so.
My dad fucked with me as a child and told me, Beverly Sutphin. That entire movie is based on, she used to live next door. They haven't found her in a while. She might come back one day.
What did you just pull up?
I don't want to spend any time talking about this. The next movie is Bulletproof with Damon Wayans.
I don't. I've seen it once, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't. It's a buddy cop movie. It's not
very important commodity in business.
Rest in peace, James Gunn.
In my life.
Yeah.
They were partners. We got company. Smooth and easy.
But the Damon Wayans is a cop, right? And
Right. Of course we do.
Adam Sandler's a criminal, right? But
The only guy I've ever trusted in my entire life.
It's the occasional bump in the road.
You're under arrest.
You better be messing around.
You have the right to remain silent.
did you do this to me? Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
I mean, it wasn't like, it's not in the same vein as the other movies that we're talking about.
No.
But I totally forgot about it. So Wedding Singer, I got that on VHS as well.
Give us a rundown.
All right, back. You were reading the back here. There's the back of the box. Okay.
You spin me right.
You are cordially
round, baby,
invited
right
to fall
round,
in love
like
with one of
a
the
record,
funniest
baby,
romantic
right
comedies of the
round,
year. It's
round,
1985, and Robbie
spin
Hart is the
right
ultimate
round,
master of
baby,
ceremonies
right round,
until he is left at the altar at his own wedding.
round,
Devastated, he
round,
becomes a
round.
newlywed's worst nightmare, an entertainer who can do
Come
nothing
on,
but destroy
Ali.
other people's
Oh,
weddings.
I swear,
It's not until he meets a warm-hearted
this
waitress named Julia
moment,
that he starts to pick up the pieces of his heart. The only problem is Julia is about to have a wedding of her own, and unless Robbie can pull off the performance of a lifetime, the girl of his dreams will be gone forever. From big hair to Billy Idol himself, the Wedding Singer features a hilarious cast and a platinum soundtrack, including 80s hits from Culture Club, David Bowie, and The Police.
Nice day to start again.
That movie was, honestly, it's my favorite of all of Adam Sandler's movies. Which is, well, not counting Airheads, but like out of the Happy Madison movies, even though Happy Madison wasn't technically a production company at the time, Wedding Singer is definitely my favorite.
It's a big evolution for him. Yeah, go ahead.
I was back then in the day. I was very fond of romantic comedies. I know I talk a lot about horror movies and like kids nostalgic stuff, but I did love me a good rom-com.
The 90s rom-coms were the best.
Like Better Off Dead and things like that. So like Wedding Singer, and I had the hugest crush on Drew Barrymore in that movie. I
talk about that. First off, only little nitpick, she doesn't seem dressed very 80s.
Her hair is a little more modern.
Yeah.
But in that movie,
but yeah,
I
Drew
genuinely
Barrymore,
love everything about it, though.
Drew Barrymore is so fucking cute in this movie, and I know we try not to talk about actresses or musicians and how they look and objectify, but like Drew Barrymore,
as a child, she was was my childhood crush in that movie.
Well, I think part of it is that particularly in this, Drew Barrymore is so everyday, realistic, cute. Like your high school crush doesn't look like Megan fucking Fox. She looked like Drew Barrymore, and it makes the whole thing for more real. Although we were talking about the assault thing, we do just kind of glance through a bunch of kids grabbing asses in.
Yeah, that is weird. That was a weird scene, but whatever. Definitely forgot about that. Do you know on the show The Goldbergs that technically the show The Goldbergs takes place in this universe? Because
no,
I've only seen a handful of Goldbergs episodes. However, this is one that I've seen, and they were all involving things like this. Like there's an episode where Robert Englund plays Freddy Krueger. There's an episode where Rick Moranis did the voice of Dark Helmet again, like recently, a couple years ago.
Wow.
So one of them is during the scene where John Lovitz is on stage singing.
Mm-hmm.
The kid's mom is behind the stage, and then the scene in The Goldbergs takes place directly after John Lovitz walks off the stage. Good luck finding a DJ who can move and shake like this. Right after that line. That's where it cuts into the show there.
Well, I mean, the movie, the Goldbergs does take place in Philadelphia, and Wedding Singer is set in New Jersey. So
I also have the Wedding Singer soundtrack.
There were 2 soundtracks, which was weird because this one doesn't have.
This one has Somebody Kill Me on it. The other version has I Want to Grow Old with You, and that is not on this. That is not on this one.
Well, here, hold on. You mentioned Somebody Kill Me, Please. Let's take a listen real quick. I have a very specific beef about this song, but let's watch for a second.
You're near me, I don't feel blue. And when we kiss, I know you need me too. I can't believe I found love that's so pure and true. But it all was bullshit. It was a goddamn joke. And when I think of you, Linda, I hope you fucking choke.
My only issue is that he leads into the song saying, I was listening to The Cure a lot when I wrote this. This doesn't sound like a Cure song.
You know what's funny is because of that line, it's like, oh, I wanted to check out some Cure stuff as a kid because I never. And I was like, what? I didn't like it.
Like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, let's listen to The Cure. Boys don't cry.
I was so confused. I was like, okay. I mean, whatever.
I love The Cure.
I also have fond memories because I rented Wedding Singer with John Amadori. We talked from The Butterfly Effect when I was a kid.
Oh, he was on an episode of SVU that Perry was watching the other day.
Oh, really? That's funny. Yeah, we rented this at my local video store, and I just love that movie.
Some real quick facts about it.
It was also nostalgia in the 90s for a time that's still nostalgic today, which
people always say like, oh, it's the 20 or 30 year cycle every time. We haven't had a good anything set in the fucking 90s yet. It's all the 80s still.
The Jonah Hill movie's okay.
Fuck
mid
Jonah Hill.
90s.
Fuck Jonah. Right. I don't.
It was like Kids Light is what it was.
I do not give a fuck what the millionaire son of the millionaire rock star accountant, what his idea of the 90s, like, the 90s, Kurt Cobain and yachting in fucking Australia. Fucking
yeah,
these rich kids. No, I want working class fucking actors back in Hollywood. Give me Adam Driver, who was a fucking Marine from podunk asshole nowhere. Guy looks like a cat and he's a movie star. That's what I want.
It looks like a cat.
Fun facts. Movie is an hour and 36 minutes. I always say 90 minutes is the perfect movie length. TV Tropes makes the point that while of all of other Adam Sandler's characters up to this point have been a man-child, this is his first film playing a hangdog nice guy, just trying to be a good guy.
Oh, I used to teach a film studies class back in the day. I want to say in 2011 to 2013, I taught a film studies class at a summer camp, and we watched The Wedding Singer one day. But
I had only up until that point had only ever seen the VHS version of it. So I put in the DVD version of it, which has a whole other scene where the old lady's, "Are you scared she's going to see your penis?" And I'm like watching this, was like, granted, it didn't make it R-rated, but it was just like very much like, oh crap, what is this scene? Like I was like, what is coming next? That wasn't in the version I had on this tape for the whole time. But then like it's weird because now it's just in the movie.
This movie does have the trope of the dirty rapping grandma who
Ace Ventura did the same thing.
Yeah.
They cut out the VHS had it had a scene added where he's like, "Do you know Snowflake? Does he call you at home? To know the dolphin, you have to get inside the dolphin set. I'm saying to Snowflake, and you're saying, that whole scene is not on the DVD. It's only on the VHS tape. And like that was like one of the things I quoted the most from when I saw. So when I got the DVD, I was like, where the fuck is that scene? It's only on the tape.
That's fun.
Also, the Goonies with everyone would tell me, no, the octopus was never in the movie ever. You only ever saw it on a DVD. And I'm like, fuck no. I saw that on Disney Channel because it was the first time I ever saw the fucking Goonies. And if you're a kid, like under 10, and you see a movie with a bunch of kids, and then all of a sudden a giant fucking octopus appears, and they put a Walkman in its mouth and it dances away, you're not gonna fucking forget that. Like it's a memorable moment of a movie as a child because you're like, oh shit, an octopus. And then when I got the DVD years later, it wasn't fucking there. And they even mention it. They're like, the octopus was very scary, and you're like, it wasn't in the movie. Sorry, total tangent. We got 3 minutes left.
That's okay. So yeah, we have the rapping grandma who talks dirty. Mentioned that she had slept with 8 other men before her marriage. That's like 200 today.
She them in meatballs.
It's funny that she is getting singing lessons because 3 years before this, she was one of the nuns in Sister Act.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The actress is Ellen Albertini Dow. She was 82 shooting this movie in 1995. She lived another 2 fucking decades. She only died in 2015.
Oh, wow.
At 101 years young. Man.
She was also in Seinfeld. She was Peterman's mother that died, and George told her his code, which was Bosco, his ATM code. And then that was a good episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. You know what? We're just gonna go into a third section after this, but this is actually fun. Real quick. Let's look up young Ellen Albertini Dow. She was a cutie.
Oh wow, yeah.
I always get fascinated by shit like that. That's Betty White. That's not her.
I was like, that's Betty White. That's not.
Yeah, there's her in like the 1960s, already looking old, and she just kept going.
That's crazy that she lived to 101. She was old when she did The Wedding Singer.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude! Early on in the movie, with the very first wedding he's in, where Steve Buscemi, who will do so many cameos with Adam Sandler, does the toast, the best man toast, and basically outs the guy as fucking prostitutes. Did you notice?
I guess they were prostitutes, but I don't remember paying.
Dude, the bride has like a visible mustache. So weird. Anyway,
I don't remember. I remember the style being very outlandish, like of her wedding dress stuff.
Yeah. John Lovitz obviously kills in his small part. Here's a fun fact. I can go to share on this. There are, in fact, multiple bands that have written and released songs called "I Got Punched in the Nose for Sticking My Face in Other People's Business."
That's awesome.
This is by a band called Boys Night Out. I don't know if they ever actually use that lyric in the song.
No, the pop punk has a habit of just naming things after quotes from movies and never saying it in the song itself, especially Fall Out Boy. So
Okay.
Fallout Boy was also guilty of this because they would like, okay, I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't. That's from Home Alone. Well, the movie within the movie is Home Alone and like that.
When I got into it with the My Chemical Romance teenagers, and I had basically made fun of their tag and said, "You guys are losers. Listen to my podcast." Somebody commented like, "Oh yeah, don't support your friends and listen to my stupid podcast." All right, and I responded back with like, "That is a pretty Fallout Boy-esque song title. If you ever want to go with that." John Lovitz kills in his small part.
You said that already.
Whatever. Again, my other irk is that the end of the movie, Billy Idol is on the plane, and as they're about to fight, a big metal biker-looking dude attacks Glenn and says, "Don't you respect Billy Idol," or something like that, and beats him up. That is not what a Billy Idol fan looks like. That is what a Creedence Clearwater Revival fan looks like. Billy Idol was for kids in the fucking Midwest who were never going to be near actual punk rock and girls, and that's it.
CD players,
because CD players were just coming out.
Ooh,
and they were very expensive.
Let's play a record on it.
You can't. It doesn't play records. Anyway, but that's the first part of his career, which is like at least for our generation, it's considered the golden standard.
We chose to end
I
here.
know that we could do more Adam Sandler on the next one or later and at a future episode if you want to do later.
Yeah, we'll do it in a future episode, I think.
Because we got something. Our next one should be a good one, hopefully.
That's right. Can't say who or what, but I gotta go right now.
Because I don't want to jinx it, but we gotta go. Jesse's computer's gonna die, so we gotta say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.